There's one piece of advice hosts hear over and over again. Just find a good cleaner. It sounds reasonable. It sounds simple. It even sounds responsible, but it's some of the worst advice you can give a host. Not because cleaners aren't important, but because that advice misunderstands the real problem. Today, I want to explain why a good cleaner is not a strategy, why it works early but fails later, and what you actually need instead. This isn't an attack on cleaners. It's about how operations really work. At low volume, a good cleaner feels like the solution. They're reliable, they care, they communicate. So hosts think if I just find the right person, I'm set. And for a while, that's true. One unit, a few turnovers, plenty of slack. A good person can cover for a bad system, but that's the trap. People are not infrastructure. Let me tell you the uncomfortable reality. People are variable. They get sick, they burn out, they move, they quit, they have bad days. That's not a flaw, it's just being human. The mistake hosts make is turning a person, a human, into the system. When your operation depends on one cleaner's memory, one cleaner's standards, one cleaner's availability, you don't have operations. You have a single point of failure. When volume increases, the cracks begin to show. Back-to-back stack, schedules tighten, corners get cut, and suddenly they usually do a good job. They've never missed before. This is so out of character. Those aren't explanations. They are symptoms. You didn't lose a good cleaner. You exposed a system that never existed. So why do hosts keep repeating this advice? Hosts repeat, just find a good cleaner, because it worked for them early. It avoids building real systems. It feels personal and controllable. Systems feel heavy. People feel simple. But simplicity doesn't scale. And advice that only works at low volume isn't good advice. It's early stage advice being passed off as universal truth. So what actually works instead? Well, hotels don't look for perfect cleaners. They build clear standards, photo-based resets, checklists tied to outcomes, quality control, redundancy, so that any trained cleaner can succeed. The goal isn't to find unicorns. The goal is to make the job unbreakable. People should plug into the system, not hold it together. So the next time someone says to you, oh, just find a good cleaner, translate it properly. What they're really saying to you is, at your scale, at this scale, effort still works. But effort will always run out. And when it does, the cleaner gets blamed for a system that was never built. Now that's the real problem.